everyone, Joey here, aka Animus, and welcome to part 2 of my insane Kraftwerk marathon. Now, I just had a break way longer than I wanted to because, you can see on the clock how long it took. I don't know how long it actually was, but anyway, what happened was I was trying to send it on WeTransfer and it just wasn't showing up. I think the video was just too insanely long. So, I think the reason was it was exported, well, I just filmed it on the camera, so it was saved in 1080p, and the file must have been absolutely insanely big. I was trying to send it to the computer, so it just, probably more than 2 gigs, which is the maximum of what I can send, so I had to put it into iMovie, and save a video that was in lower quality, just so that it would actually fit on the, maximum file size you can use. So I might have to have slightly longer breaks just to take the time to export it in a lower quality. Don't know if there's a way to make it automatically save like that. I'll find it later. Anyway, last album was great. It was completely off the wall. Not what I expected from Kraftwerk. This album, seeing as it's, Kraftwerk 2, similar title, and similar artwork, just a green traffic cone instead of an orange one, it might be quite similar, and if it is quite similar, I am excited, because last one was absolutely completely insane, and maybe this one will be as well. Similar length, quite short. First track, Kling Klang. Let's get into this. Okay. Clinging and clanging, hence the title. This is weird, weirdly like chiming, clanging, clinging, Kling Klang, yeah. Perfect title, very fitting. That little sort of, little melodic noise. It's a bit like a glockenspiel or something. It's detuned though, like everything else is completely no melody anywhere. And that's a positive, by the way. It's I'm just saying it's experimental, not saying I don't like it. As we can expect with these though, by now this is probably gonna go somewhere completely crazy in a moment. Wonder how many instruments they must have got for this, just random things to hit. Guess you could do this with household objects as well. Okay, something else is fading in. Yes, the clock ticking's very exposed in these quiet parts. Is this the same track? Yeah, it is. I keep doing that with these. I keep thinking it's changed, but it's just the same track. This is weirdly chilled out for something on one of these. It's like weird background lounge music. Honestly, I really don't know what to expect with these things. They could do absolutely anything. All you know is that it's gonna be crazy. Or maybe this is just gonna be, nice little chill moment. There's that flute back. I think it's, I heard somewhere, I think it's It is Florian Schneider who is playing the flute. God, he must have been such an amazing musician. Really sad. It's quite quiet. I don't want to turn it up because I'm worried some crazy thing's gonna suddenly come in. This is nice. Yeah, maybe this is just a chill moment. Okay, I'm gonna risk turning it up a bit. Bit less to say so far. Like, the other one was so off the rails that it was constantly giving me things to say to the camera. Not so much here, I don't know. Like I said, we have no idea what's gonna happen with these insane pieces of music. Well, this isn't as insane so far. Still lots of nice little noises, like the flute getting all chopped up, like on Ruckzuck on the previous album. Gonna have some Fanta. Cheers. It's a nice atmosphere. It's different to the first though. Yeah, this is nicely ambient, relaxing. You know, maybe this won't be as insane as the first. Getting some very slight Air Moon Safari vibes. Very slight. Actually, no, forget that. Forget I said that. It's just ambient. Everything got pitched up there. Well, yeah. Air Moon Safari in like the bass and the little shaker noises and how it's ambient but not just beatless. But it's not that similar to it. Yeah, this is really chilled. I don't know if the rest of this album's gonna be like that or not. I think we need to switch something up a little in a moment in this track. I don't know, it's getting a tad repetitive. I mean, I don't know. Very interesting atmosphere, but it doesn't constantly grab my attention as much as the first album so far. Not very much in frame. It's hard when you're on a beanbag. It's really nice and dreamy though. Okay, to be honest, 8.5 minutes in, I think we do need to switch something up. I don't know. Okay, there's a little pad thing coming in. It's actually, it is really pretty sounding. Okay. It sounded like you just, you know, sped up and pitched up. Yeah, the flute playing is great, and I love like the delay, how it goes. Come on, give me something more to talk about. I know not many people are going to watch these entire videos, but I still don't want it to be boring just in case anyone decides to. If this goes somewhere else in a moment, I'll forgive it, but it is just a bit repetitive. Okay? Rising again. Very minimal. Whoops, just came up with a low battery symbol. I'll plug it in a moment, I guess. Should last the album though. Okay. Slowing down. That wasn't great. Not liking. Oh, it's still going? Keeps doing that to me. Okay. Well, that section of the track wasn't the best. Just went on for a bit too long. Definitely a more chilled out atmosphere, but there's still some interesting stuff going on, like in the first. Just not generally not as grabbed by it. Yeah, I need to turn this up. I should just turn it up on the phone, and I won't have to hold the camera in place. What time is it? 12:25. Yeah, there's some really nice warm pads and flutes and stuff. I think it would be a pretty good track, just if it, you know, didn't overstay its welcome like it does slightly. Yeah, I really, like, from the little snippets of music I've heard, I really don't think this is the style of music they'll go on to create later. It's probably not very indicative. Like, this is very... Yeah, it's definitely krautrock. It's more rock music, just with a few electronic elements instead of full-on electronic music. Yeah. This is interesting, I can say that. But it's been going on for 13 minutes, so... It'd be nice if something else just hooked me a bit more. It's slightly just floating around. It's pretty. I'm just struggling to be invested and struggling to make comments, if you see what I mean. I think this would be a bit better as background music. Actually, yeah, this would be really nice background music when I'm trying to do work or something, but not when I'm trying to film a reaction video. It's basically ambient music, just not completely ambient. Is that the end? That really sounds like the start of a new track, but YouTube isn't saying that the track switched. Still saying it's on Klingklang. It keeps stopping. I'm not a big fan of it completely coming to a halt and then starting again somewhere else, but this section does sound a bit more interesting. Yeah, I like this, okay. Sounds more like the first album. I still really can't tell what instrument that is. It sounds like a stringed instrument. I had this problem on the previous album with a similar sound. I think this is still Kling Klang. Just checking that the person who's put like the little tracks at the bottom on this YouTube mix isn't getting it wrong. Should be easier when I go onto Spotify later, because after the first 3 albums, like they're all on Spotify after that, and I'll be able to actually see what the tracks are and how long they are. Yeah, you know what, these, even if I'm not always completely grabbed by them, they're never, the sounds in these tracks are never boring. They're always, there's always something interesting going on. So I like that, yeah. I think both of these albums go for like, you know, only a few tracks on the album, but really long tracks on the album that go lots of different places. So I guess this one's sort of in like 3 sections. This being the 3rd, unless it goes on for even longer. Because we are 17 minutes in. Yeah, surely this is improvised. They're really good at just letting whatever comes out, whatever crazy noise comes out of these guitars come out. Are we fading out for the final time? Yes. Okay, that track was good, just a bit too long, like 17 minutes. Track 2, Atom. And this sounds like weird breathing. Bit creepy. It is a bit unsettling. Something behind me? No. I don't need to look behind me, I can see looking at the phone screen. I'm getting Selected Ambient Works Volume 2 vibes. Like that weird track with just the big roaring creature in the cavern. At least that's what I think it sounds like. I need to stop comparing them to Aphex Twin. Aphex Twin was literally like 20 years later and sounds nothing like this. Except from a few of the things on the sound palette. which I'm referring to. Yeah, definitely keep going for an ambient approach. This is completely ambient. Although it's probably gonna go somewhere else in a moment. I guess it's just the intro. As happens with a lot of these, there's like a ambient drone starts off with. You can really hear my clock ticking. I don't know, this is kind of all over the place. It's a bit... Well, I mean, the first one obviously was all over the place in the best way, but these just feel a bit loose and don't have all that much going on. Yeah, okay, I've heard that noise now. It is quite creepy though. Can I hear something else? Think something else might be coming in? No, it's just my imagination. Or a sound from somewhere else in the house. Okay, it sounds like a malfunctioning radio. This is really experimental. I like this. Just slightly wish the weird whooshing noise at the beginning went on for not quite as long as it did. Oh, that was the track. Okay, that was okay. Flowed smoothly into track 3, Strom. Stromming the guitar. Little sounds like their track titles keep seeming like they're referencing the tracks. Kling Klang open with Kling Klanging, Strom opened with Stromming. I mean, strumming, get it? Haha. Don't know what atom has anything to do with anything. Maybe it's a German word, I don't know. Probably is actually. It's giving me weird, like, Pink Floyd vibes almost. Like, Wish You Were Here stuff. Like the beginning of, somewhere in Shine On You Crazy Diamond or something. Really atmospheric. Yeah, it has big sort of prog rock or orchestral vibes. That sort of grand epic scale feeling. That's a lot. It does sound like a big orchestra of people playing, flutes and things. Or maybe they've just layered it to sound like that. I really hope my battery doesn't run out, but I'm afraid to check because I feel like if I swipe down to see it might stop the filming. It's the problem with iPhones. Android for life. I'm on an Android, I'm just using Mum's Apple phone because it's got a way better camera than mine. This, yeah, it sounds like, almost sounds like the score to some Western film, like people facing each other down, going. Has that, moody atmosphere. Fading out, or are we gonna bring something else in? No, I think that was it. Oh no, yeah, that was it. Track 4, Spule 4. Sounds like a continuation of the previous one. Yeah, I guess the tracks are a little bit short. Well, there are more shorter tracks on this one, whereas the other one was just 4 big long pieces. Whereas this one's got a few, smaller pieces. Weird wobbly guitar there. This is bizarre in a different way. It's quietly bizarre instead of in your facely bizarre like the first album. Wacky noises. Yeah, like I said, I'm sorry if this isn't giving me that much to talk about to make it an interesting video. Sorry about that. I just fell over. Really quiet at the moment. It's like, sounds like me when I'm trying to make weird noises with my cello and I'm just going. I can't tell what that is. Sounds like something being strummed. I think it's not electronic, I'm pretty sure. Probably just guitar sliding fingers around like that. Yeah, these tracks are very faint and quiet. Yeah, it sounds like stuff clattering around. Can't tell if it's a musical instrument or not. We're more than halfway into the album. Well over halfway. That's good. Not because I'm not the most interested in this thing, but I'm just, when I get through this marathon, it's gonna be a long time. Still got 8 albums after this one. It's like something being dropped. Nice delay there. Sort of building a weird off-kilter rhythm with this. Wait, that's a cool noise. Sounds like a guitar trying to impersonate my guinea pigs when they want food. They go, wee. If you notice any weird like talking sounds in the background. My amplifier sometimes does this weird thing where when you turn it up really loud, you get the sound of the radio in the background. Ooh, this is nice. I think I can probably fix it by turning the volume up more on the phone and the volume less on the amplifier. I'll do that next album. I won't do that right now. Yeah, this and the track before they are like weird Western soundtracks. I like it. Although they do feel a little bit static. Seriously atmospheric though. Is that it? Yes, track 5, Wellenlänge. Hang on, let me just fix this. If I turn volume down here and volume up here. Here we go. Yeah, still carrying on this weird, jangly Western theme mood. The Wild West. That was cringy. Turn it up a bit more. I'm not into this that much. Slightly, I don't want to say it, but ever so slightly boring. Not particularly interesting. Well, interesting sounds, like I said, interesting sounds, but the structures and overall tone of them, while it's very strongly atmospheric, isn't the most engaging listen at the moment. Though I probably should stop talking over the music so much. Because they're missing all these weird sounds. A massive, deep bassy note. Yeah, I really like these notes. As you can tell, I'm not particularly engaged. It is cool though. The overall sound of this album so far is cool. Very interesting and experimental. But, you know, I'm basically repeating myself and just phrasing this differently. I'm interested by the sound, but I'm not particularly engaged in the general, you know, structure of these songs. I'm just looking for things to say. This is... I really can't tell how much I like this or not. Maybe I'll like it more on repeat listens when I'm not trying to talk to a camera about it. And if I put it on just in the background as something atmospheric. Where are we now? Okay, about 10 minutes of this album left. Notice I'm checking the time more than I was on the last one. I think this could grow on me. It has potential. I just can't tell what I feel about it right now. %, battery. I need to give this a charge after this. It will survive. Don't know if there's going to be a 6th piece on this album or not. I kind of hope so. This, instead of this going on for another 8 minutes. Sorry guys. I don't know. This is not gonna make for the most interesting video. This video is gonna suck. I'm sorry. No one's gonna watch all of this. Like, honestly, if you're still watching at this point, skip. Don't have anything else to say. We're still on Wellenlänge. 7 minutes left of the album. Actually, there's an umlaut over the A. I don't know how you pronounce that. Or maybe it's not it could be I don't know. The best German students in the world. It is nearly 1 o'clock. I'll probably be having lunch fairly soon. Might not be able to make it through the whole of Ralph and Florian. Yeah, I'm sorry, my mind's just drifting. I can't focus on this very much because it's a bit boring. Maybe I'm not mature enough to understand it, but maybe I am if I enjoy the last one so much. I don't know. Funny how in some ways this is similar to the first one. In some ways this is very similar. In some ways this is very different. Although maybe this is just a bad idea for a video, trying to, you know, react to ambience. Because obviously ambient is not really designed to be constantly reacted to and talked about, but maybe this is just gonna go on to the end of the album. Sounds like it could pick up a bit. I It'd be cool if it did. Maybe not. No, that's not technically a hydro flask, but I'm still scussing. Okay, we got another track. It's gonna be a really short one, I guess. Harmonica. Yeah, Wellenlänge was just too long. I'm sorry, just too long. It could have been actually pretty good if it had been shorter. I can't tell if it's a real harmonica or a sort of harmonica-like synthesizer or electronic organ. It doesn't sound like a real harmonica. Oh, my knee. It's in the frame. I'm just not... Okay. Oh, I thought it was going to end there. Oh god. I hope we don't get more albums like this later on in the marathon, otherwise I'm going to be getting a bit tired. Maybe it's a processed harmonica, because that sort of at the beginning really makes it sound like a real thing. I don't know. Just about to finish, and we'll move on. Phone notification there. No one is going to watch this. Okay, sounds pretty cool. Tones. But it's not very interesting. Okay, now I have really conflicting feelings on that album because it was experimental. There were some really interesting ideas that went into it, interesting sound design and general sounds that it made. However, it didn't grab my attention like the first one did at all. It tended to just wander around slightly aimlessly. It didn't go many places like the original, even though some had different sections. Just too much repetition. I think it has potential to grow on me. I think it's... But my first reaction to it, I'm going to give it a strong 6 out of 10. Strong 6 because I really appreciate the ideas, but just not the overall general product. So that is the end of part 2. We'll see how Ralph and Florian, the next album, the third album, goes. See you then, if you haven't already quit after watching this boring video.